Oh, okay. The spell is you just cast it on her, so that if you go to have sex with her, she'll either get you don't swap them, but she'll change either her top half or bottom half to be yours.
No.
So
Oh.
after you take her hand and leave the 7-Eleven together, like she either when you guys get down to it, it's either her top half is you doing you.
Oh, that'd be a lot of adjustment. Usually it's a gross thing, right? Oh, this is a gross thing.
That's pretty gross. I thought. You're not allowed to jerk off to this.
Awesome. So, Nick, how's it going? It's been a while since
Yeah, we went a
saw each
couple
other.
weeks there.
Yes.
Isn't that pretty lame for me? I was just working a lot. I'm doing this shit called crack injections.
Wow.
At work. So my job is I'm a handyman, and for Stratas. So
Oh,
whenever,
it sounds like
shit gets
drugs.
broken. Yeah.
I was like,
Crack
oh,
injections.
damn, dude. That's a rough job.
Yeah,
They
someone's got to do it. Though.
You're just like, stop it.
Honestly,
Stop it.
Yeah, I just cook it up and stick it in. Sleeping people, willing people, unwilling people.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is that hard work?
But really, yeah, what it is, it's in like parking garages and stuff. You see like these big cracks in the concrete.
Oh, and then
start
they
dripping.
insert something in it.
Yeah, so what I've been doing is you get a drill and you kind of drill a little bit away and you consider the angle. So you want to drill into the back of the crack.
Oh,
if that
wow.
makes sense.
Okay.
So like kind of a few centimeters above the surface of the crack.
Okay.
You want your drill point to intersect with that.
Okay.
And then from there you put these plugs in that you tighten up like very tightly.
What do the plugs look like?
They have little rubber gaskets, I guess you'd call it, on the end.
Okay.
And it's a long metal stem that comes out, and there's a bearing on the end, and you attach your pump to that, and you pump the filler into it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a plug, so it like blocks as well as being the channel for pumping into.
Dang.
Yeah, so like you put the plug in, so you have a void where the crack is, and then your drill hole.
Okay.
Put the plug in, tighten that up. And then you make your material, which is like, it's this expanding urethane stuff.
I've seen that. It looks kind of gross, but like it's like foamy. It's like it reminds me of soda string.
Yeah, it looks like foam once it kind of expands.
Yeah.
And it reacts with water, basically.
Oh shit! I didn't know there's that many steps to like. I thought the people just like foamed it out. Like I didn't know you didn't even have to climb up there. You just have to like with a silly string
you
machine.
You could just spray it on the surface. Yeah, so that's like insulating foam. So so that's like dries immediately kind of thing.
Okay.
Right? And that's better for like just holes in the wall that you need to quickly patch.
Okay.
Or like if you drilled a hole and put a pipe through it,
yeah,
you might spray a bunch of that around that hole or something right there.
Dang,
right?
okay.
But so this stuff, and then you inject it in with this pump. I was doing a hand pump for a few weeks.
Did you get jacked doing
brutal. No.
You got all back problems.
I'm already jacked. Yeah, I got irreversibly crippled by it.
You're like 2 feet shorter. Like, oh, hey, Nick, you look good.
But it did suck, man. Yeah, because like you had to create a lot of pressure. Because think of like you're pumping this thick fluid through like this crack in the concrete. So it's, you really got to squeeze it to build enough pressure to get in there, and it's like you gotta. In this case, like it's very slippery, so you gotta hold the hose on and then pump with the other hands. But I got an actual machine pump now for it.
You're not doing the Hikikomori thing. You're being outside and doing handyman shit.
I need to confess.
Come on, dude.
Going outside and doing handyman shit.
That looks hard work, man. But is it rewarding? Do you feel like after a hard day's work, does it feel like?
I guess it like when you're fixing and making stuff. I guess like it definitely you can see the results of your work.
I feel like
it's not imaginary, right?
Right, exactly.
There's a lot of jobs where this like I guess I don't know finance and stuff where it's like
dude, I know what you mean. Yeah, office
the
jobs.
Numbers and stuff that you're moving around like they don't actually exist in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. They're just like letters on a database, like numbers on a database.
Computer.
And stuff.
Yeah, so it's like. But like in the summertime, I'm gonna get like a lot of fence. You know, if your fence is messing up, I'll rip out the posts and re-cement them and kind of rebuild the fence and stuff. So a lot of that in the summertime.
That must be pretty rewarding. Like I used to do like data entry, in like a steel warehouse. Yeah. And then like, this is one of Alex's like
through his uncle or something.
Grandpa's businesses.
Yeah, I got you.
So I was like there for 4 months, and then like. I would get things done like kind of quickly sometimes, and then they wouldn't have anything for me, and then I would just ask to like, because I was so bored of just like entering data from a book. Like I just had to type it all in.
So was it like sales and stuff like that?
It was like just like inventory information.
Gotcha.
Like it was all steel, like wire mesh and shit like that. I didn't know what it was, but it just had like different like it was like dimensions and like different gauges of wire. I don't fucking know. But then like I don't know. It would obviously like. Logically, like I wanted that job better than like the harder job. Like Alex had to be outside in like -40 weather doing like hard labor and stuff. Yeah. But like sometimes I would actually just want to get out of the back office and just like I would like work on the floor with the guys. I would actually like do stuff like work on like a machine that like cut wire mesh. Like I had like a thing where I did like a blowtorch and I burnt like I just tried it out like to burn. I would lay wire on the floor across the ice.
Yeah, that's good. Just changing it up, man, makes such a difference.
And I felt so much better like at the end of the day. Like I had so much more energy, even though I was more tired like physically. Yeah. But it just like it was more tangible, I guess. Like so I don't know, like maybe it ties better. But like in like our society, it values these like kind of all these like information menial kind of service jobs. Like a lot like it's just because everything's so complex that there needs to be a lot of like data related like data entry or processes around that where like we're just sending reports back and forth to do like an approval or something and things like that it's so disconnected from the real world. But it's kind of a shame because like that's not really what makes us feel like people. I don't think like evolutionary.
So it's like I got into the carpentry and building stuff like because it's there's a lot of dullards in the business, I will say.
Okay.
It's a business where you can meet not the most inspiring people
you're
going to encounter in construction and trades, right?
Okay.
Like it's so many people very rough around the edges, but to be good at it, I think like it's the bar for entry is very low,
right.
But the bar for actually being good at it is kind of high. And
I'm
it takes,
sure,
intelligence and competence in a way.
Because you can't like if you do something, you can't do it twice, like. All right, or you can't in some cases. Yeah,
and that's come up in my work too. It's like with these crack injections, it's like
it just sounds like
it still leaks, right? You're like, fuck, I got to go back for free and inject some more, for free. Where it's like I'm getting paid, but like the company has already billed for it, kind of thing. So like the hours are just free hours.
Okay.
But think of like if society collapses and like
you would be way infinitely more helpful than me.
I could build myself a house in the woods.
I don't know anything, dude.
And concrete, and I could do it.
I'm like, do you need an Excel spreadsheet? Do you need? And I'm like, we don't have computers anymore.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And you're like, I'm just gonna go do some work, and you like start working on a computer that has no power.
For 8 hours. Like,
what were you doing all day?
I like carpal tunnel. You're like made an entire cabin and shit like that.
It was like you ate like fucking like so much food during the day too because you were bored.
I'm just like eating more, doing less. I drop my glasses. I can't see. Like, yeah, I'd be dead, dude. I'd be so screwed.
But that's the thing, yeah. So we have a crew, like we'll stick together if society does collapse.
Yo, can I come to your place?
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
And like we'll meet up with Kurt because he's like a blacksmith, right?
Damn, that's hardcore. Okay. Yeah. I'll be moral support, I guess. I'm like, yeah, you guys are great. You guys are doing good. Let's go hunt those animals.
Well, hunting is, that's not my area. So we'd all just be, for some reason, I imagine, like, we'd all feel like we need to get naked to hunt. Just running naked.
I've seen this in a movie.
Yeah, this is how they do it.
In the sub-Saharan Africa, not like Pacific Northwest. Like,
it's covered in scratches and ticks.
Running through the woods in thongs.
Oh god. Yeah, that'd be a pretty great way to live. But,
yeah. Like imagine just like the highlight of your day would be like you just see a new bush or like maybe you see an opposite tribe. Like I'm in a bush with berries on it or something.
And you see the opposite tribe, like you just get a glance, you're like, oh shit.
Oh shit. But there's like one girl and like you don't know like how old she is. Like it's like from like 300 feet away. Like you're just like see the outline.
Definitely claimed by somebody already there.
We gotta kill this entire group.
But maybe I got a shot. Well, if you were an outsider going to another tribe, maybe you would have a shot with like their only female.
If you were outsider and like because everyone in the tribe is lame. Yeah. But we're just way cooler.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our tribe, like we invented hair gel. Our tribe would come up. You got like Andrew Garfield big hair. With like your thong covered in mud.
Like I guess like if we were to time travel back in like hunter-gatherer days, like what would be like flex and cool to them would be like just so lame today. Like if we wore like a giant like garbage bag that was like a bright green garbage bag or like a bright blue like that'd be like
but like it's waterproof.
It's waterproof.
Right, they're dying from like getting soaked. And,
they've never seen
like,
that type of like material before.
Yeah.
You look like a spaceman. Mm-hmm. Like they would think you were gods. But I don't know. Like
so they might like hold you down and bash your skull in or something. and take the bag.
And they're like, whoa. What would you bring? I would bring like a laser pointer and like a smoke machine so I can make it look intimidate them, like shine their eyes, like, oh, the sun's gone.
Oh fuck! You keep asking for sacrifices, but you're just chilling with them and shit. The sacrifices.
Like, oh yeah, they're just like a bunch of like girls, and I'll like pretend to know shit. Like this is assuming that we speak the same language. Just assume.
Yeah. Just imagine, you have like a bunch of JRE episodes downloaded that you quote from like the tribeswoman.
Yeah, I would just like rebuild society.
Dude, imagine that. It's like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You live in like a post-technological apocalypse world.
You got like Aloys.
We learned to speak from listening to the Joe Rogan Experience. We're all saying like, oh, it's entirely possible that like
it's entirely
we
possible.
won't find any game thing.
So like, but then you're like really like pretentious about it. Like you have inner like sanctum that like you have to prove your worth, and then like I would make a whole like a ranking system. You know, like I think a lot of like martial arts places like or like the McDojos or like cults in general, they have like the ranking. Like Scientology has like theta level 1 or whatever, theta 2, and then I would do the same thing, and like it would have like a status within the tribe, but then the ultimate status would be like they get an inner circle with you.
Damn. And you fuck them.
That's unspoken. No one knows what happens.
Yeah, no one. No, what happens in the inner circle
stays
a secret.
In the inner circle, yes.
But that's the only thing that's different. Is you fuck them.
No one said anything about that. Dude, I was thinking like I would like if I lived forever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me ask you this: if you could go back in time, like 10,000, like okay, how about this? You can live forever, and you stop aging at your peak. Let's just say now's your peak, because now's your peak.
Look like this forever.
You look like this, or at this like health stage, and then like you can live forever. Only you can kill yourself, but you get sent back 10,000 years in time, and you just have to like wait until modern days. Would you do it?
Yeah, sure. I'd be like the most influential man in the world, right? Running shit, but no one would know who I am, because that's how influential I am. Is that I don't fucking I keep it secret.
Like, but you'd have to go through a lot of hardship. Like, how would you like get yourself into a tribe? Like, there's a lot of these things. Like,
hey guys,
hey guys.
Introduce myself.
Like, I'd be really screwed. Like, I'd have to be like in Asia. Like, if I was here, they would just beat me with sticks like right away. Like, it'd be pretty racist. Like back then. Like, if it's still as bad now, and like people know each other. Like,
we tried drowning this guy in the river like 6 times now. He keeps waking up.
That would just prove the case. Actually, like they'd be more scared of me. Like,
yeah. Like if they couldn't kill me, it's like what do I?
But you would feel all the pain. So they could enclose you in like a box. In a tomb.
You start pissing off so many people, they put you in a tomb for like 8,000 years until archaeologists find you.
There is this one movie. It was called
like,
Hey guys. There's this like strap like your feet to like a metal thing or rocks.
Yeah. And
then just sink you to the bottom of the ocean. No one would ever find us. Yeah. And you just live for like millennia.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That would be the worst. But let's just say for
and that'd be like, think of how wasted that time would be, right?
You're just constantly like drowning.
I'm just in the water. Yeah, it's like I'm not watching any cool new movies. Like I'm not reading any books. I'm just for thousands of years. I'm just.
And then it's like pitch black down there.
Yeah.
So you would really go crazy, I think.
I've been, well, is my body indestructible, or does shit just grow back?
Yeah, you're indestructible, I would say. So, like, let's just say you cut yourself out.
Trying to eat me.
Oh my god, dude!
the scariest.
Not even cool fish. Yeah,
trying to eat me.
The fucking like at like the 10,000 depth or whatever.
Yeah, one of those anglerfish with all the teeth is like
you just
biting my face.
You just see like glowy in the distance. Like, oh fuck, dude, it's coming! Yeah, it's coming again.
Trying to blow it away in the water. I got no wind in my lungs.
That would be the worst case scenario. I think.
The ocean sucks, bro. Yeah, like haven't survived Subnautica.
Oh right, yeah. It's scary when you have all this like submarine and tech and stuff in this game, but yeah.
But I'm immortal, and I guess all the water pressure too, like would just like turn a normal person, just crush their body completely. So I guess I would be feeling that.
Probably pretty extremely. Let's just say that we float.
we
float, and then if we get stuck in enclosures, we automatically teleport to somewhere safe within the next. Let's just make these like magical rules, so it's not
just
terrible.
Imagining floating in the ocean, but like you're so far out in the ocean, you don't know where's where, kind of thing. So it's like there's no land any way you look. So it's just that'd be pretty. You'd be stuck.
That'd be fucked. Even if you're floating, but there's no landmass to see.
Yeah.
And then you can't swim that well.
Yeah.
You get so
just
tired.
doggy paddling like to Asia.
You become like the Michael Phelps of swimmers, but then you're like,
it's so good. Oh man. Yeah, but just that'd be scary. It'd be really scary.
It'd be dark. And then like back
what do you do at night?
Yeah. And like the population like in the like 60s, I think it was like 2 billion. So like if you're talking about 10,000 years ago, that shit was that like the 60s was like 60 years ago. I'm not sure exactly, but it was like around 2 billion, something like that. But like there was like maybe like 100,000 people back then. Like true. And then throughout the planet, like how would you find people? Like you just get hunted by shit.
It's like I have like a real rough 20 years where like about of the 100,000, like 75,000 really hates me.
Everyone hates you.
They did not care for me.
But that's how you would spread your legend, right? Like I was thinking I would just go from 10. Like cave to cave and draw like paintings of myself. Not Mickey Mouse. I would just make like as like identifiable as I could be. Like maybe like a birthmark on my arm or something.
Yeah, the glasses.
Well, I might lose my glasses.
Somewhere during the 10,000 years.
Yeah, that would be the worst.
You have the one modern pair.
Fuck. But we'd assume that we automatically heal and my eyes would be healed. Hopefully. Yeah. But that would be like... There's a lot of ifs, like, in this case. Yeah. A lot of them would be really terrible.
The rules.
Like, you just get, like, kidnapped by, like, a giant wolf, and then you get...
So, yeah, kidnapped by a giant wolf. That'd be bad.
You have to live as a wolf.
As a wolf for 10,000
decades.
Years with the wolf god.
They used to live way longer.
You're living like Princess Mononoke.
You don't have language anymore. When you finally do like go to modern days and you discover like people.
Eventually, yeah, you might lose your language if you were isolated for so long.
That's true, but you'd have to be like cast away.
Yeah. Or like you go to a new continent and they all speak different languages. They got steam locomotives that scare me and make me murder people.
Just make you really nervous.
Me out of the city again. Look back to square one. I'm getting kicked out. Just like the Black Plague would happen at a certain point, and a whole bunch of people in the world would die, like
all your friends and stuff like that.
People, yeah,
you just have to keep going, but then you wouldn't be affected, so they would blame you.
Dude,
they would be like, "Hey, this fucking guy."
They'd act like I'm the Jews.
Oh man, do they think that? I don't want to say anything. Like I don't want to. Dude, we're being recorded. I don't think we should say anything.
No, I think they got blamed.
I think a lot of.
I'm not saying they did it. That's not what I'm saying.
You realize I'm editing all this footage, right? I'm just gonna have like cuts of you, like just saying all these terrible like anti-Semitic things.
You cut out that I'm not saying. You just say they did it.
They did it, and I'm like, it's like those things that like people take with Joe Rogan's face, and they can basically, because he has so much footage, they can use AI to make him say whatever he.
Yeah,
that's scary, dude.
Shit. Yeah, but I think because part of the religion, in religions, part of things like avoiding certain types of meats and things like hand washing and shit, like just hygiene was part of the religion.
Yeah.
I think that's in that population, they practice a little bit better hygiene, perhaps.
Right. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, you want to export, like actionable advice to the most people as you can, but you have to do it in a compelling, easy to remember way.
Yeah.
And, like, what's the best way? Like, stories that's, like, from the gods.
Yep.
Like...
Dude, hell yeah.
Right? Like, I wouldn't want, like...
That'd make me remember to wash my shit, like, before dinner. Yeah.
If they're like, oh, there's these bacteria, and then, like, if you don't wash it, it sticks to your face and then it might go in your mouth. But only sometimes, but not all the time. And then people would be like, what the fuck?
You can't see it, yeah.
And then, like, imagine trying to explain to your friends that, and then you forget some things, and they try to explain it to their friends. And then, like, eventually they're just like, yeah, fuck it. They're just going to do it.
Yeah, they're like, you've been trying to get germs to catch on for years and years. They just don't believe in germs.
Right. So you just be like, oh, the tree gods, they just don't like that you don't wash your hands.
Makes them mad.
Because they like water. They, the rain power that gives them, it also gives you the rain power from washing. Yeah. And then you just have to make that.
It runs over your hands and mixes with the oils on your hands, and then that returns to the earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you could just say, like, the water energy is a gift from the gods. It brings the tree spirits to life and grow, and then you need that before you eat to give blessings to. So we can make our own.
It's your roots. You're a tree.
You're a tree. Your fingers are a tree. You're basically a tree.
You need to water your roots.
And then, like, I would also make that kind of myth in my cave paintings. Yep. And I would just rotate. I would just keep going through all these caves.
Pouring water onto your hand. Yeah. Putting your feet in the ground.
Like, I would run out of some, like, blue ink. Like, blue ink is probably hard to make, so I'd have to, like, do, I don't know, like, green ink. But
I mean, like warm brown ink was probably very common.
And I would probably, like, travel as far as I can. And then by the time I circle around, like, 6,000 years later, they have grown up with this entire thing with this dude with glasses, Asian dude with glasses, this cave. And then I finally show up.
And he's got a cannon strapped around his neck, like a cannon rebel.
And then, like a camera that doesn't work.
Non-functioning camera.
And then that would be like the holy relic that proves that I'm the inner sanctum.
We carbon dated this Canon Rebel T1i. It's been around for fucking 12,000. The Babylonians didn't even have this.
There's like a bunch of like religious statues of me just like with my Canon Rebel. Can we try some of this actually?
Yeah, so there's Coke Starlight. It's a new flavor of Coca-Cola. It's totally original. It tastes like no earthly material.
Damn.
No, this is out of this world elements have gone into brewing this, I assume.
Did you grab it from space yourself?
I was up there, and I did see it out. Like, it was floating around in the vacuum.
What was that like for you? What was the experience like?
Well, it was pretty good. I got a Coke.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you made the plastic with your bare hands.
Yeah,
manufactured
it, yeah.
From the atoms and floating in space.
Yeah, that's the thing. And space is a vacuum, so you can just vacuum seal right out in space. Right?
That's amazing. Wow, I never thought of it. They save so much cost up there. Wow.
You waste electricity on vacuum sealers down here.
We start getting like orbital drops of just like cases of Coca-Cola. Like, wow, space cola.
Well, but it's like one of them ends up like destroying like the capital of fucking Saskatchewan or something like that, just because like they're landing with such impact.
like 100 square feet, 100 miles
like
square
it
radius.
Smells like sweet around there. Just skeletons.
Dead animals. They're, like licking like the ground for whatever sweet nutrients.
Oh god! And it would look like Caelid, like the Red Land.
Oh jeez.
Because this kind of has a pink hue to it. So to me, it actually, if I were to relate it to flavors found on the planet Earth, I would say it's kind of like tastes like Coke with cherry and vanilla.
Yo, can we try? Or is it like just for show?
No, it's you. We're trying.
Okay.
That's why we got our tasting
goblets.
Good.
I didn't know if we were doing a sponsor. Like
Coca-Cola sponsoring us.
We're not drinking.
We got Coke, and it's like Coke is selling to the Russians and us.
Okay, I'll do the honors. Right. And then I'll ask you the would you rather questions. We'll do. While
we enjoy some Coke Starlight, we can go over some would you rather.
Yeah. Do I have to cook it? Whoa, it's misty. I'll put it near the mic so they can hear the pour. Do you hear the bubbles? Wow, look at that. Wow, these goblets really like up the luxury of this.
Oh yeah.
It feels really nice.
You can't see through them, so we can't like check the legs of it and how it sticks to the sides of the glass.
We can even put our nose into it. Oh, it's gonna spill.
Do a little swirl.
Gas bubbles. Okay, cheers, man. Thanks for bringing this. Thanks for coming over.
Coke Starlight.
Coke Starlight. Tasting. Let me try. You know what? I really like it.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Wow.
The flavor's not from this world.
Interstellar is actually based on you. But instead of
I invented Coke. In Starlight.
Yeah.
In the Tesseract.
In the Tesseract, we were just making Coca-Cola products for them.
You know, it was like a million years passed in one of your seconds, but that's the time it took to come up with this shit.
Wow, I'm really honored to be able to drink it. It tastes like Coke vanilla, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Vanilla
it's
Coke.
pink.
But it's pink. And cherry. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Like vanilla and cherry and... Damn. Nice.
Yeah, and caramel, maybe.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this camera unstops recording all the time, so...
This fucking camera over
Where
here.
does it get the balls?
It's funny, when you mentioned your friend from Philly earlier, I was just imagining, like, them having, like, a total, just, like, disgusting accent like Brendon.
No,
it's
she's
a woman, so she
pretty...
doesn't sound like that. That's the voice I imagine.
She's got a deep voice. Like, I went down a train. I was like, she's like, we were trying to time, like, when to get picked up. But sometimes, like, coordinating, like, transportation is kind of hard. So I'll just take the train down. It was, like, a kind of a scary train ride from the airport. Like, I just went down, like, East Philadelphia. I guess, like, that's where, like, that...
That's where Will Smith got into a fight at the basketball court.
But it's just, like, a very different area than Vancouver or even Toronto, like, in the States. I guess some areas it's just, like from the movies and, like, that you see, like...
Yeah, you're just on the train. You're looking out the window, getting concerned. Like, I don't see any artisan bread shops around here.
Where's my bubble tea and my poke bowls? Where's my yoga studio? But it's just like very different vibes, and just like it just looks way grittier than I ever imagined. Like even in like East Hastings here in Vancouver, like East Philadelphia is like crazier. Yeah, like and like.
A lot of places I don't want to go.
I guess it's just like density, like city density would probably be, and like just like I don't know, yeah, it just kind of it was pretty nuts. But
and it's people from Philly all living there.
That's
in Philly.
Too many cheesesteaks. That's probably
it rots your brain.
It rots your brain. All that cheese
makes you crazy. All that cheese, all that steak. Did she give you an opinion on what the best one in Philly was?
We tried two of them. There was like I can't remember. But there's two that's across from each other.
Yeah.
And they're just like tourist traps though. But I think they're like there's like the ones that people know about aren't necessarily, maybe at one point they were the best because they're most well known. But there's a lot of like mom and pop ones that are probably better. Because I guess like it's like the more they have to make for people, I think the less like time they can put into each one.
Totally.
So I think like just by nature, like it's...
They're just slamming them out. Just like, get those cheesesteaks out the door into those eager mouths.
And then they just have to be good enough just so that, like, it's not bad. But I think, like, I don't know, like, food in general, I feel like it tastes better depending on... It's like set and setting, right? Like...
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if you have good food with, like, your best friends or a night out, like a bachelor night out, and it's like, I don't know, something like occasion, like, food tastes way better. Except if you're, like, just by yourself. Like eating like some kind of like really fancy meal,
like a private pig out,
little
fast reorder pizza.
Actually, I don't know. That's really good too. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Of your...
I'm full of shit. I should take it back.
In my tower.
I've had like entire like party trays of sushi. It was like the best thing ever. And I brought the party. I am the party in that case.
My party. I'm the only one invited. But I definitely like for me. When I'm out at a pub that has some good food and like I've had like 4 beers, I love getting a nice dinner there, man. Sometimes I'll get 2 dinners after a little while, after a few more beers. I'm like number 2's, I'm ready.
And you feel so sophisticated where you're just like, I'm pairing with these different notes and flavors from these beers with my bangers and mash, or like I don't know,
my poutine.
Like wow. So you gotta try it with this pale ale and the hops and like, I don't know.
These are complex, elegant flavor combinations.
Very bright,
I'm going for
earthy tones. I don't fucking know.
Tones.
I don't know these words.
Yeah, like a little undertone of vomit, or is that just me spitting up?
Anybody
in my mouth?
vomit?
Dude, I might have told you about this one time. Did I tell you about the time I did fucking throw up at the table right into a glass and like
dude, was it at a bar? Pub?
It was at a bar. Yeah.
You're too full or too drunk? Too many drinks?
I was so drunk, like, cause
you're pretty leaky sometimes. Like, you throw up more than I do. I think.
Like historically, just in general, my stomach. lots of things. Bad smells make me throw up.
That might be said like.
It does not bother me at all throwing up.
That's a superpower though. I get really stressed out when I throw up.
Yeah. Oh.
But like, if you would design a system, you want to be you want more false negatives. Wait, false negatives and false positives. False positives than false negatives.
False negatives.
Like
you don't have AIDS. I'm
like
yes.
You wouldn't want your body to think like, oh, I'm being poisoned, and like it doesn't matter like what it was. Like even if it's like remotely possible that's a poison, you would want to eject that shit out. Yeah. But you wouldn't want your body to be like, that's not poison, bro. Like I'm just gonna digest it.
You're right.
You feel sick. Like
iron stomach. Yeah.
That's a false negative, right? Yeah.
So I'm breaking down this deadly toxin and like. I'll keep it down.
Yeah. But you feel like
even
shit.
if it kills me.
Yeah.
Which it will.
I think I have more tendency to like avoid puking just because I just really don't like the feeling. Yeah. But you feel so much better afterwards.
That's the thing. So much relief, and it's like, I don't know if there's. I am able to make myself vomit like without.
You don't even need to touch.
No, I don't need to touch that. I could just sort of kick in the reflex and make it come out.
If I get into the inner circle of your caveman club, do you think you can teach me?
They're just going to be drinking bottles of water and throwing them back up.
Like these ancient bottles.
That's what's making you throw up.
They're just coated with like heavy minerals. Like, we got it from volcano ash.
Yeah.
Charcoal.
This bacteria. This bacteria killed the ancient Egyptians.
Maybe, who knows?
Yep.
Is that a theory?
No, I'm just.
I'm sure like bacteria, like plagues and stuff, probably killed.
Oh yeah, like the Black Plague.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, like if like everyone's dying, like a third of the population is dying around you, you would have to make something up to make people feel better. You would also have to make like like an afterlife or something. Like it would just be beneficial, like psychologically.
Absolutely, religion would have a major resurgence, right? Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Like, probably gonna die. Is that the end of my existence?
It'd be scary, and if everyone's dying all the time, but like these, I think like now
you're
it's
like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fuck my neighbor to death.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
because there's nothing after this.
Like, if there was, if life was like all suffering, all pain, like, and doing bad things, just like make things a bit better.
Yeah.
And then like, there's no cell phones to record you. Like I think more people would do. There's like no risk of getting caught.
Yeah, you're gonna attack someone at the bakery, and no one's gonna film.
No one's gonna know.
Yeah.
Like you do this now, like.
Be my word against theirs.
Right.
And then if I don't like their word, I'll kill them too.
Like you don't even have to go that far. You can go like like a few blocks away, and no one's gonna know who you are.
Yeah.
Like or maybe they will. It's like
that's my robbing grounds.
These are my robbing grounds because people didn't like really leave their town that much.
Yeah.
You just go to one town over, but you would get a reputation eventually because like if there's like 100 people in this town and there's one guy that's killing people.
I'm the town bandit.
You're the guy.
I live outside of town.
But you're also like useful because you like know how to build things and shit like that. And like advanced like wheel technology. Like
they recycle my traps and stuff like that because they're pretty well made and it can be repurposed.
So they would just like they would just sacrifice every third child to you anyway. Like they're like, oh man, like that kid dies usually anyway because like no one pays attention and has resources for the third kid. So they just give it to Nick. Like, give it to Nick.
But then I'd raise them right.
Yeah.
I'd have a colony of wayward children.
Yes.
Who are all skilled tradespeople.
Yes.
Who have families.
But you would need like special rules. Like you need a code.
Yeah.
They can't spread. Only you can spread the genetics.
Yeah. No, they're not reproducing. No.
Because it has to be pure. The pure line.
Pure line, dude. Only my bloodline.
That's really fucked up.
Female clone of me. Beautiful.
You're just like a grotesque blob by the year 2000.
Got a pussy on the side. My sweets.
It's just like so much inbreeding and you're immortal. So like even like unviable like cell mutations and stuff still work. Like
oh god, yeah.
You're just like a blobby blob person.
Whatever mutation is just very resilient. 1, 2, 3. That was perfect.
That was perfect. Okay. I'll get my
that break just got us on. We're on another level right now.
Yes.
We're operating. Oh, my IQ is just flying through the hundreds into the thousands.
I can see it. I can see the IQ is spending light. And
yeah, coming up with this. Would you rather? Okay. So my scenario is such: you've been an evil wizard has cast a spell on you and trapped you.
Yes.
in a giant's castle.
Okay.
Let's say.
Yeah.
And then he killed everybody else and himself. so he killed everybody else on the planet, and then he fucking offed himself. In the end, he took a bunch of pills.
And I'm just in the castle?
And you're trapped in the castle.
Okay.
So it's like the castle from Disney, let's say.
Okay.
And he loved Disney, the wizard, before he killed everybody.
Okay, he's just like... Yeah. That's because he killed everybody. He just wanted everyone to be with Disney in the afterlife.
Yeah, that's right. Disney heaven.
Disney heaven. Okay.
And so, but then he also trapped a woman in there with you.
Okay.
And he's like, so you guys can rebuild or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't put any food in there, so you're gonna have to eat the shit in the castle, like the.
Is it real food or is it like garbage food?
Just bugs and stuff.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay. There's a 7-Eleven in there, but everyone's dead, so it's like so it just has the initial start. Yeah.
I would die in that castle. Like I wouldn't go out. Like,
you wouldn't reproduce.
I wouldn't. No, like I wouldn't know how to find food. Like.
So you're living in this castle that is your whole world. With your abandoned 7-Eleven where you get your sustenance from.
Wait, how about this story? Like 7-Eleven, is there? You said there's a woman there, right?
Yeah.
She's a 7-Eleven worker. How about that?
She works at the 7-Eleven.
She's a 7-Eleven worker, and that's how I meet her.
You're in the castle. There's a 7-Eleven, and she works there. She's a worker.
Can it be a Japanese 7-Eleven? That one, those are better. They have more variety.
Okay, so there's a Japanese 7-Eleven inside the European style castle, and it's working there. Is the woman Japanese? She could be, yeah. Yeah. So she's working there at the store, the Japanese 7-Eleven. Yeah. And yeah, so he's like, so you guys can reproduce. You're gonna get a new shipment once a month at this 7-Eleven from. Oh really? Oh, yeah, so okay, yeah. It's not like just the first time. Yeah, so yeah, it was gonna be that, but then you felt you would die, so we'll change it. No, let's do the original story. Yeah, okay. I want to stick to the. It just has the initial shipment, right? Okay, gotcha. But you got power, so the freezer works. Okay. So it'll last you a while, and then the woman at the 7-Eleven, like you just keep going there, and you guys don't say anything to each other, like you're completely wordless for like the first 3 years. Like we have to be. No. You guys are just both so weird and awkward that you guys don't say anything. Okay. It was like, pretty weird, huh? How that wizard trapped us in the castle and killed everybody. I feel like if you had only one other person, you would talk to them regardless. No, but... this is the scenario. This is the scenario. Okay. I'm not asking if this would happen. So this is what happened. It's part of the magic. Let's say it's part of the magic. He casts a spell that makes you guys socially awkward. Okay. You're like a Hikikomori in the castle. Yeah, that's true. Actually, if I didn't talk to anyone in the castle. Yeah. And she's super hot. Oh, wow. And she's got a perfect body. Wow, I love this place. I would go there right now. Yeah. Bring me to that me in the castle. Kill everybody. I don't care. And he's like, so yeah, you two can have kids and all that. You're going to be trapped here for the rest of your lives. Yeah. And then he goes off and kills himself, so he can't help you anymore. Okay. But one of his spells he doesn't tell you about is that when you guys go to have sex, you either have to swap top halves or bottom halves. Whoa. Or no, okay, the spell is he just cast it on her so that if you go to have sex with her, she'll either get you don't swap them, but she'll change either her top half or bottom half to be yours. After you take her hand and leave the 7-Eleven together, like she either, when you guys get down to it, it's either her top half is you doing you. Oh, that'd be a lot of adjustment. Like, or it's your bottom half. So it's like you'd be having sex with like your male bottom half, but you can look at the beautiful top half. Fuck. I guess I think it would take some time to get around to it. But I think it was alone enough, and she pretend she's a really great person, we have a great connection. Okay, so here's the would you rather. Yeah. Are you changing her bottom half to be yours, and keeping her beautiful top half, or are you flipping her over, burying her into the pillow, and making it your top half, and then having her? I mean, does it have to be genitals on the bottom? Only it happens once every time. It happens every time. You tried to have sex and not have it happen, but. He was really talented, the wizard. Well, if the bottom half changes, then it's not even for kids, right? You wouldn't be able to have kids, or does it still work somehow? Magically? Shit, you're right. You can. Okay. You can. Not in her butt. She'll still have kids, but they'll be ugly. Yeah.
They'll be covered in.
Yeah. So if you were to do it in her female organs, though, they'd look like you. But if you did it like the other way, with her as a female top half and male bottom half, in the butt they come out looking like you if you only had one eye and no ears and no hair.
For the sake of diversity and I would
like
just
gene pool.
I would just alternate. I think I would get over it, and I would just alternate. Like I don't want to be looking. I don't think I would want to be looking at myself.
It would be tough.
It would be pretty hard.
Tough. You'd have to you could go you can do things like the wizard invented a bag. He created a bag, and you can put the bag on your own head, maybe.
Yeah, we would work together to figure some stuff out that works for both of us.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she would be having a great time either. Like turning to me,
it's like her bones are snapping.
Yeah, dude. Rearranging facial structure and it's probably painful.
It's the worst pain she's ever experienced every time.
Yeah. So my answer is I would probably switch back and forth and then we would do things that it's works out for both of us, where it's I can still operate and not be grossed out by looking at myself. I don't want to look deeply into my eyes as I'm doing this weird thing.
So weird. Oh fuck. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my would you rather.
Oh, okay. So mine's a lot less complicated.
So rather than answer and pick one, you're gonna say I'm gonna do both.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how these work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Usually it's a gross thing, right? Oh, this is a gross thing.
That's pretty gross. I thought. You're not allowed to jerk off to this.
I thought you said it was a gross thing. This is my fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I even wrote these down, bro. Look at this, and I have these weird ass drawings.
That almost made me spit, man.
Would you rather be this guy or this kid?
That one looks like the Misbegotten from Elden Ring, right? Remember in Castle Morn, those guys with the wings and shit.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I think I was just drawing this when I was I think I was on what is this? Investor in these full and fair closure from fraud. Oh yeah, I was on this lecture about anti-money laundering rules and banks and stuff. I was really fucking bored.
Yeah, so you started drawing nightmare creatures.
Okay, would you rather be in jail for a crime you didn't commit for let's say 8 years, the 8 years of your life, but it was for something relatively minor, but you lose 8 years, or you're free but everyone thinks that you're the worst child molester ever. This record case that came out and it's on the news and everything like that. Your face is slapped on a place.
So the story is he did it, but he got away with it.
Yeah, from a loophole or something like that. Would you take 8 years off your life, or would you live a free man?
Dude, I'd go to jail, I think, because it's am I really free if everybody thinks I'm disgusting monster everywhere I go.
You can move around a lot, you can shave your, but then you
that's great PR. Moving from and bouncing from place to place as they chase me out.
You would be able to fake your name and stuff, but then you could also but I don't think you can form meaningful connections because people eventually will find out.
So in that situation, I'm not in jail. Am I immortal and have been alive for 10,000 years at that point?
No.
Right, okay.
You just lose 8 years. You lose 8 years of your life. So you'd be 38, I guess, 39 or something like that.
But my name is cleared, and they're like, "Oh, dude."
But you did it's for tax fraud or something like that. Something something simple, not child molesting.
Yeah, because there'd still be a little cloud hanging over me if
cloud,
it's people they thought you did it, right? And it's why did they think you did it, even if you didn't? It's you must have been doing something weird. But I'd because I would get poor you pussy afterwards, right?
Oh yeah.
I'd be I don't know, how do I cope with the fact that I've lost so many years of my life
to a lie
without the touch of a beautiful woman like you? Or
you think that works?
I think you could probably make it work.
How would you pitch it? Hey, I've been away for a long time, but it wasn't me, bro. Like,
yeah, I have
swear.
some chick from like elementary school meet me in a restaurant I haven't seen in 25 years. Like she wasn't talking to me before I ran away.
Like, and especially like,
and I meet her like this with this kind of energy, leaning over the table, scowling at her.
You just like a really intense look because you haven't seen anybody in a really long time.
You're the first woman I've seen. It's like, that's not true, right? When I say that.
Ever. You just like had to survive in prison, in your minimum security like tax evasion prison. Like you had to develop all these like defense mechanisms
no one
that make you
got
terrible.
in fights, no one got raped. It was like, it was very hard on me.
But you're just like really intense energy to be around. I need these coping mechanisms. Just lie all the time.
Oh god, imagine that I was the only one who attacked people.
You were the problem.
I'd take that one. I would go away, and then I'd like come out, and I'd adopt a new personality when I was in there. You know, just
you can be whatever you want.
I'm a
in
cowboy.
prison.
Like I got a southern accent now. In the slammer down there, that changed the way you talk. Changed a lot of things about you there, partner.
Okay.
Yeah, that means an opportunity. Yeah, start dressing like a cowboy.
Okay. All right. I got another one. This is just like a really simple one. Like, what's worse? Like, if everybody in the world like had like this like a brain change, and then they started like everyone besides you started complaining all the time. Like they're just always complaining. Like that was like the fun thing to do for everybody. Or they all brag. They love bragging about like the littlest things. Like oh, I just woke up and like my toenails like longer than my other toenail. It's amazing. Your toenails suck. Like this is best. Mine's best. And they'll one up each other, and then you're just always in a arms race of like one up shit.
Okay.
Or complaining shit.
In the complaining situation, are they competent? Do they get things done?
No, I mean it's just like an even distribution, like it is now. Like it's the same, just the same. So you'll have all sorts of complainers, but like they complain about like what people complain about, like that. But they have no filter. Like a lot of times you don't complain about stuff because like no one cares. Yeah. But like in this case, they think everybody cares. Everybody thinks everyone cares. Yeah.
Like their dinner was too spicy and their poops like burned their butthole when they came out this morning.
Yeah.
You that, and you're like, I take the complaints, I guess.
Then the bragging.
Yeah, the people bragging about everything.
Yeah, I guess complaints like you can sometimes like relate, I guess. But I don't know. Like after like I would complain about like.
About
like
everybody complaining,
not finding the right socks. Like I always have like the wrong socks. But I would like spend like an hour talking about that every time I see you. And then you'd be like,
weeks later.
And like I'm just like I don't know, man. Like and you try to like solve it for me, but then I would complain about that. Like
I think we're hanging out, and it's like we can't do anything but talk about it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fucking frustrating. I'd stop hanging out with you.
But bragging would be worse. Like, I'd be like just bragging about little shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I got new wallpaper. Look at this. Look at this wallpaper.
My wallpaper.
Look at this.
I know you're impressed by that wallpaper.
Look at the shade of blue.
You can be honest and know you like it. Everybody likes it.
Everyone likes it. It's very good. Okay.
Yeah.
These are not as like in depth as yours. So I'll like, do one last one, and then you can give me another one.
Okay. Think one.
Okay, this one's a bit more funner. Okay, so you have 2 apps on your phone, like, and you can like they're interchangeable. It's magical. Don't ask how it happens.
Yeah, 2 apps on my phone.
Either or.
Yeah.
Or either or. Is that how it says? Either of them. You have either of them. Yeah. It's an app that like you can just like type in input like what kind of exercise you want to do, the number of reps and like sets or whatever, and then your brain just like does it for you. And like you don't need any willpower. You just like press start, and your body will automatically do so. You go through all the suffering of like.
Oh, so I'm doing the movements.
You are doing the movements. Yeah. You're experiencing the pain and the suffering of like running like 20 miles or whatever. But like your brain will just like will just do it automatically. So you don't actually need the willpower. You just need the kind of patience and to put out the same amount of time and stuff like that. Yeah. So you still have to like cut out time, but then it's a lot easier because like you don't actually need to. Like,
this would be like that movie Upgrade, where the guy gets the computer put in his body and it moves for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It'd be like that. So you get one of those, or you get a app that gives you like a 10% boost in like IQ and EQ and stuff like that. And you also get, I don't know why I gave that boost. It made it more fair. You can control the amount of drugs of any type in your body and shut it on and off and like set timers and things like that. And like no like addiction issues or you can reset addiction issues. Like you want to try having a heroin addiction for like a year and then you just shut it off afterwards. Like
I want to live the lifestyle, you know,
yeah.
being the heroin addict.
So I guess this is like the, you know, you can become like super jacked.
Yeah, give me the body programmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would want that too. Like that would be the responsible option.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be also really cool.
I would wear a vest that had like a little like iPhone holder.
Yeah.
In front of us, so that would just have while my body like does all these like, rigorous workouts while I'm watching The Sopranos on an iPhone.
He's like,
yeah, doing like perfect technique, clean and jerk.
Yeah. I would like that. I think like it'd be kind of really cool to be able to like just like try your body with like different like levels of like I don't know like ketamine and stuff like that.
That would be cool.
Yeah, this sounds killing me. Okay, never mind. Stop it. Like,
and it's just like no matter what the level is, I'm just like vegging on the couch, like whoa. Just
there's another one.
Levels.
Me and another like buddy were talking about like if like it wasn't a legal issue, but you're like 80 and 90, would you try heroin? Like.
And like I'm 80 or 90?
Yeah, you're like at the like last few years of your life or whatever, you're old man.
I'm just imagining like holding the spoon in the water trying to cook them. Maybe let's say I'm holding tin foil and cooking it and like sucking it up with a straw. I'm smoking heroin like that.
So maybe the nurse will help that you do it for you.
The nurse will help me smoke heroin. Yeah, sure, dude.
I think I would just want to...
You control the dosage and like...
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Because
like it would feel good.
Like, because it must be like everyone knows that like these drugs are bad for you and like they can ruin your life and everything, but people still do it. So it must be like the best thing ever. The best feeling ever. Yeah. There's that bit about like Louis C.K. He says like all these people doing these terrible things, but to them it's probably the best thing ever. But like,
oh yeah,
like,
or just like how good must molesting a child be for those
guys?
Yeah.
Which is like I don't want to put that
I didn't want
here.
to say it.
I don't want to say it here, but like okay, we should say the bit. Like he said, like people go to prison for like a lot of things, but to that person, like of their particular brain, it must be really good to outweigh the risk of putting them in that position and going to jail and stuff. But they still do it, so to them, it must be like fire their brains in all the right ways and things like that. The best thing ever.
Yeah. It's clean, like our 10th disclaimer.
Yeah, dude.
We do not condone. I will use that example because that's what he says in the bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if everyone else knows that. So I had to.
I guess. Yeah.
If there's anybody even watching this, we're being very presumptuous that like all our 10,000 fans.
Yeah. Like, media matters for America.
Nick Hafner says.
Public enemy number 1 and 2.
I'm scot-free, man. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, we were going to put Brandon on the public enemies list, but he said all that. He
said
did all that backtracking bullshit.
All that bullshit. Okay, maybe we'll wrap it up. I think we're reaching the 1 hour mark. You want to give our last? Would you rather?
I was thinking one. Okay, so, you can either only read out loud. So anything you read is you're like the quick brown fox jumped in, like
yeah.
And but not necessarily in that tone of voice. You can read out loud like more articulately and like, so it sounds better, but it's gonna be out loud.
Can I vary the volume?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny because imagine like the guy next to you is whispering reading a book.
I can whisper though, right? I can whisper.
You can whisper, but that might be weirder.
I don't think so. I think it's very. Like,
you can't mouth it.
I can't mouth it though.
You can't mouth it.
But it has to be audible.
It's gotta be like this.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Papa Bear.
Okay, that's one.
Imagining on the plane, like slowly looking over at you.
What's worse, complainers or braggers? Anything is super healthy.
Yeah, so you can only read out loud, or your whole body's covered in hair. So if you want to look normal, you gotta keep shaving like your whole face and body. And the wizard, before he killed himself, before he tragically committed suicide, the wizard cast a spell on all women to make them not into you having hair all over you. Because there probably would be weird damaged chicks that are that really, totally get off.
Oh, just like with hair.
Cousin it, yeah.
Okay.
And, but the wizard cast a spell to make sure, he killed all those chicks. Lightning bolts, hit them all in the head and they died.
If we're talking about magic, you just make it change their brains. We don't have to kill them.
Well, yeah, but this wizard, he's not a stable guy.
He's not a good guy.
You heard what he did before.
Yeah. He turned me. He turned my girlfriend into me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a weird fucking guy.
What a weirdo. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say.
So you're reading aloud, or you're totally covered in hair.
And how fast does it grow? Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Yeah, I'd say maybe you got and it's really thick, so you got a thick inch-long coat on you after about 1 week after a full shave.
Wow. I'm just trying to picture how inconvenient reading loudly would have to. I don't think it would be that bad. Nutrition facts, nutrition. But then I wouldn't be able to read that fast because it'd have to be limited to how fast I can.
You can't scan read, yeah. Which
I can't do anyway. So I'm really sub-vocalizing all the time, in my brain. I know some people can speed read and shit like that. I can't do that.
Well, it's I'd say with speed reading, it's sometimes you can just kind of glance at a paragraph and catch words from it. And you can kind of put together what's in the paragraph.
So I just have to always say it. I think I would do the hair thing. I think. Yeah. And I would just be it would just be I would spin it into a positive thing. I'd be it's part of my meditative ritual. Yeah. To shave every part of my body and take an hour a day where I don't focus on anything. I don't listen to music. I just
shave my body.
Feel the sensations, the raw sensations, and I would have
razor blades over my skin.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the people are
breathing.
People are okay.
I would donate my hair to charitable causes.
Oh, dude, and you would produce so much, all the cancer survivors, and
I'd be
the city would have hair like yours would have your.
They would be able to study my hair and
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Henrietta something? She has that tumor that kept multiplying, and today research firms.
Is that what the lab grown meat is?
No, we're not eating her.
Tumor?
No, but it just never stopped multiplying. Yeah. And this shit was in the 70s or 60s or something like that, and people still study that piece of multiplying thing, and they do a lot of insights.
That's crazy sci-fi shit.
It's really crazy. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just imagining they had to keep it in a safe place or it would take over or something.
Yeah. They have to. It's really slow. It's not like multiplying within your sight. It just doubles or at a regular rate.
You let the temperature reach room temperature by accident. You look over.
There's a whole room of biomass. Yeah. But they feed it sugar and stuff like that. So you have to feed it. It's really fucked up. Yeah, you can see. But this one lady has done more for this kind of science and learning how protein folds and how different diseases affect cells and things like that than a lot of researchers. But I would be that one. I would be it'd be hair though. Yeah. Which I don't know what you can do with though. I have 10 tons of hair to supply you. It's we can't do anything with that, Brendon.
Yeah. They're well, we haven't learned. It's you keep leaving the messages at the lab.
Yeah. I just set up a shoebox full of hair every week or so, and they just don't want it. They can't do anything with it.
It just sound like clockwork. Every week, the janitor comes and takes it to the garbage.
In
Before
fact,
anyone even gets there in the morning.
Yeah, they have a special phone program to delete my messages. Every time I ask, "Hey, you guys, get my hair? I left it on the usual spot, usual time."
I'll come down there one of these days. We'll see what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just the whole H&M product line you made out of your hair? This is real Brendon wool.
I would have to do that. I'll have to become an influencer.
Clothing company.
Yes.
Maybe you could probably get obese too, and then people get away with it. People would judge you for the hair thing, not being obese.
I would just have more hair. Because I just have more surface area.
Think about that.
Yeah.
You can maximize your profits by getting fat as shit if you grew hair constantly.
I would become a hair scientist. And I would study myself.
Yeah.
And I would make furniture out of hair. I would get your help. You would help me.
We just spray it with hairspray. Couches, tables.
Everything's just covered in hair. Or it's beanbag chairs filled with my hair. It's not even long.
Like static electricity. It's like,
It's like really prickly and uncomfortable. Oh, jeez. Okay, I think this is it.
Well, it's a good ep. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be back. We're going to be playing lots of Elden Ring.
And just full disclaimer again, like we don't condone anything we said. In fact, like we didn't even say anything. Like we don't mean anything we said.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
Listening this whole time.
Yeah, so. I think it was all Nick, but okay.
That's it.